Good morning, everyone. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. It is in Cusco. It's freezing. It is post-Inca Trail. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And I am going to have a hot shower for the first time in about 5 days, which I'm really looking forward to. Then we're going to go and do some laundry. And then I need to find some food. Need to decide whether I'm going to go and see a doctor because my stomach is still all kinds of screwed up. And see a little bit more of Cusco today. Tomorrow, we are heading south to, I believe, a place called Puno, which is still in Peru. I've got no idea what's there. It's supposed to be nice. Right, first shower, and then let's get this day started. Well, everyone, it is now coming up on 11 o'clock in the morning, and I am clean again for the first time in God knows how long. Poncho is soaked and drying on the door. Everything else, there is a pile of laundry down there, which needs to be washed. I'm going to go and drop that off now because I'm not sure we've got enough time to get that done before this afternoon, because tomorrow morning we leave. And then I'm going to go head down into town, meet a friend from the truck, have a comfort Starbucks and catch up. And then I'm having lunch being made for me because they've got an Airbnb next door where they had Christmas dinner for 12 people over Christmas. You know, the smart ones who didn't go walking in the rain for 8 hours at a time at high altitude. Right, so let me go and drop the laundry off, and then we'll go out into Cusco. Laundry is done. Time for some Starbucks and some Cusco Cathedral, hopefully, if it's open. It's the cathedral, but they don't leave video in there, which is a bit annoying. But it's a beautiful day, and it's time to go and see if I can stomach a burger.
We were searching for a comet, just a crumb. This world I wanted beckons to come. And if I had a little fragment, I could wish on stars, less stagnant magic. From the depths of this part, our rest too stretched is way from afar. Imagine this world, a view from it all. She said, boy, you know it's all right here. See my face, you know why I waken. Free my brain.
I came back to the hotel after lunch, wandered around the old town a wee bit, but then let's just say the stomach started cramping and it was time to come back reasonably urgently. So I stayed in the hotel for this afternoon. I'm going to get an early night. Tomorrow we leave. We're not going to Puno, we're going to Puna. Apparently it's on the shores of Lake Titicaca, so that's something to look forward to. However, I thought I would take the opportunity to talk about Machu Picchu and the Inca Trail because I think it needs talking about a wee bit. Bear in mind that my views are coloured by the fact that I had food poisoning for basically the whole time, so I couldn't eat any of the delicious food that was made, and obviously we had the rain for the last 2 days. So I did up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning on that last day, in the dark, queued at the top of the campsite, and then had to walk very quickly for an hour to get to the Sun Gate, where there was sadly no view. The weather was what it was. It's the rainy season, so that does happen here in Peru. But what was a little bit disappointing was the fact that, one, I don't know why I always thought this, but I always thought that if you walk the Inca Trail, you got there early, before the park, I say it like it's a theme park, before the site actually opens to the rest of the public. So it was a bit of a surprise walking down from the Sun Gate to find people, very clean-looking people, walking up to the Sun Gate. But what added insult to injury was the fact that when we got down into Machu Picchu, we actually had to leave the site, go to that car park with all the cars and buses and hubbub, and then we had to wait 40 minutes before we could actually go back in, and that was a bit annoying in the rain as well, puzzling, but something for you guys to be aware of, that if you walk the Inca Trail, that's what happens. And then obviously on aching legs after walking the Inca Trail for 3 days, having to walk back up into the site was also adding insult to injury, especially when it was raining. So there was that. Question, would I do the Inca Trail again? Answer, would I do the Inca Trail now if I If I knew now what I didn't know then, if I knew now, if I knew now, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You probably know what I'm trying to say. If I knew now, what is that saying? Food poisoning has gone to my head. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I probably wouldn't do the Inca Trail if I'd known what it involved now. That said, day 3 of the Inca Trail was really good. That was the day that I recommend. And there's a 1-day hiking option you can do when you come to Peru. So if you're thinking about doing the Inca Trail and you're not a super outdoorsy type, which, believe it or not, I am not, despite the Camino de Santiago, then I would recommend looking into the 1-day hiking option. If that is the last day of the Inca Trail, it's really cool. You walk on the actual Inca Trail laid down by the Incas themselves. You go past some amazing archaeological sites. The jungle that you walk through is very atmospheric. And in fact, I really enjoyed that day. I think I said that on the video because the rain actually added atmosphere to it. Yes, that's how I would do it. And if you guys have got any questions about the Inca Trail, then feel free to pop them in the comments because I do read all of them and I will answer them. I'll either do it in a video or I'll answer directly to the comment because I try and do that to most of them when they come through. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in below. Other thing I needed to tell you, day after tomorrow we hit Bolivia. In Bolivia, much like the Inca Trail, my magic SIM card stops working, and we're in Bolivia, I believe, for around 10 days. We will have Wi-Fi at the hotels. We don't stay at hotels every night. There are a few remote sites we go to in Bolivia. So again, apologies, I'm going to disappear for a few days. When I do, I will be back with more videos. Obviously, I've dumped quite a few on you over the last 2 or 3 days, so you're up to date when we actually cross the border. So I think that's about it. Right, this evening I'm having a home-cooked meal with some people from the truck. So I'm going to go over to their house. I haven't seen it yet, so I'll see it. You'll see it, what a Peruvian house looks like. They got it through Airbnb. But it's right next to the hotel. I think it might be owned by the hotel, and they sort of let it out to hikers. So we're going to do that now. And then Lake Titicaca tomorrow. Right, let's go get some food.
You know I'm forsaken. Oh my way, won't you fall once more?
It is 11:30 in the evening. I have to be up at 6 something in the morning for our trip to Puna. So I will wish you good night. I'm going to miss... Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to miss Cusco. It's a nice place. It's a foodie kind of a place. Well, some good food, some not so good food. But it all tastes good. So yeah, I'm going to miss it. It was good today. The club sandwich was really good today, actually. I will wish you guys good night, and I will see you in the morning. Good night.